Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, if you've not, hi, my name is Kelly, welcome. So today I am doing a what I eat in a day, but to get back on track or to lose weight or whatever your goals are, this is what you should eat because this helps me. Obviously everyone is different and you can't make giant generalizations, but this is what I eat and it tends to work. So in the health realm in general, they say if you're 5 foot, you should be 100 pounds. And then for every inch above that, you should be 5 extra pounds. So for me, I'm 5'7", so I should be 135. Obviously, that does not take into account muscle, or if you have a slim body weight, or a slim frame, if you have a bigger frame, like if you're bigger boned, doesn't take into account genetics, like none of that. So obviously don't go by that and get yourself down. That is just a very generic way of looking at it, but it's a good way to see, even if you use a BMI chart, it's not the best, again, because a lot of people are considered obese even if they have like a bunch of muscle on them. So again, take that with a grain of salt. I do not really focus on that as much, but I will say when I'm around 135, I feel way better. I feel like I can take on the world. I look a lot slimmer. I have some body fat, of course, I mean, especially because I'm a woman, but it's not as bad. I'm mostly muscle, and I don't know, I just feel good. So my whole goal is to be around I like when I'm around 138, 139, even like 140, I'm good. But right now I'm about 3 to 4 pounds over that. So I kind of want to reel it back in because I haven't been feeling as well recently. So this is what I eat to keep up with my goals and to keep my goals in mind. So with summer coming around, I just want to feel better. I just want to kind of detox, even though that's kind of a buzzword in the nutrition world. And just kind of get back on track. So for breakfast, I ended up making a veggie omelet, as you can see. I just did spinach, tomatoes, and mushroom, and then I did a seasoning from Trader Joe's. It's called 21 Seasoning Salute, and I put that on there, and then I just did 2 eggs and 1 egg white, and put that on top, and that's what I did. So that is my omelet. So the biggest thing that I do when it comes to losing weight, just like a couple pounds, like again, I'm just trying to lose a couple pounds. I know I don't need to lose weight by any means, but this is just like to make me feel better. I don't really have any bread as much as I can. Again, everything in moderation. If I do have bread, I'll have Ezekiel bread, or I'll have a bread that is sprouted, has whole grains, no added sugars, has a lot of protein in it. So again, not telling anyone to just cut out bread for no reason, but this is just what I try to do if I'm trying to get back on track, because it makes me feel better to, instead of having that bread, I can fuel my body with fruits and vegetables, with lean proteins, nuts and seeds. I kind of have more wiggle room, where if I just fill myself with bread, I'm not doing myself a service. I'm just not moving forward, I guess is what I mean. So second thing, I always have fruit. So the whole thing that fruit is the devil and it's all full of sugar and blah blah blah, like, do not worry about that. I mean, this has a ton of fiber in it, ton of antioxidants. Fruit is good for you, and the type of sugar that's in it is not bad. The way it breaks down, you do not need to worry about it. So I just have about a cup of fruit. Today I just did strawberries, blueberries, and I did a little bit of watermelon. Love that combo in the summertime, so I did that. And then for my coffee, this is the biggest thing. Also, if I'm still feeling hungry, I might make some potatoes and just boil them for 20 minutes is normally what I do if they're like smaller tomatoes. And then I'll do the 21 Seasoning Salute from Trader Joe's. I'll show you guys what that looks like. It's just a black and purple packaging, and it's super good. It has onions, black pepper, garlic, carrot, orange peel, tomato, lemon juice, a bunch of stuff. Oregano, thyme, rosemary, all this kind of stuff, but it's super good. I love it. So I'll do that on potatoes too. Again, I'm not super hard on myself when it comes to eating at all, but sometimes if I feel like I'm getting off track a little bit and I don't feel good, these are the things that I fuel my body with. So fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, lean proteins. I do protein powders, so this is the one that I picked up recently, which this is whey protein. I normally just do plant protein, but since I'm trying to gain more muscle, I figured that this might be good because it had a little bit more protein in it. This was 24 grams. The other one I think was 18. So this is just the whey vanilla protein at Fresh Time that I got. And yeah, again, low in carbs, low in sugar, high in protein. That's what you need to look for. Super good vitamins in here and all that. I'm not saying this is the best protein in the world by any means, but this is just what was available to me at the time. And I also, so that's kind of like a supplement that I'll add in, other than fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, lean proteins. Those are the things I mainly focus on. Also, healthy desserts are totally fine. I try to cut out any refined white sugar, which I normally don't have anyway, and any like processed foods. I've also been using this collagen peptides from Vital Proteins. And I've just been doing it to grow my hair, my eyebrows, my eyelashes, because I stopped getting lash extensions recently, so I'm trying to grow my lashes back. So I tried this out. I don't think this is necessary for anyone. Your body already, has this, but it's supposed to be good. It has some anti-aging properties, apparently. It's supposed to help your skin, hair, nail, and joint support, which I have really bad joints, so that's like one of the main reasons I wanted to try this. So it's more like health related for me and also like hair related. But I just added this to my coffee. So other part of my breakfast is coffee. And I was doing Coffee Mate creamer, the hazelnut one's my favorite. I was doing that, but I was doing like 2 to 3 tablespoons without even realizing. I was just like dumping some in there. And I always use a milk frother, which is like my favorite thing in the world. This one's from Target. It was like $6 or $7. But today I just did a tablespoon and a half of the same creamer. So same exact thing I'm used to, but a little bit less. I ended up warming up, frothing it with this. I also added in the collagen peptides, this entire thing. Otherwise, I'm sure it's just like a scoop worth if you have a container. And then I frothed that again. Then I just did a K-cup and frothed it again. So it's a little bit lower in sugar than what I'm used to, but I still, for breakfast, I have some protein in the eggs, vegetables, fruits, and then I have a tiny bit of, does this have protein in it? Let's see. Yes, it has 9 grams of protein. So this is actually good to add to your coffee because then it's more protein. So the eggs, this, vegetables, fruit, we're good to go. If anything, I might add like an almond butter to my fruit sometimes, or some Greek yogurt, so that also adds some protein. Try to get a lot of protein in, not a lot of carbs, a lot of fruits and vegetables, and that's about it. So I will catch up with you guys at lunch. I'll see what I come up with, and yeah, I'll take you throughout the day, and then I'll give an update at the end of the week, probably on my vlog channel, or I might make a separate video to see how I've been doing, how I've been feeling, and yeah. Lunchtime, and I made a salad. So I ended up doing a salad with a bed of romaine lettuce and spinach. I also added tuna salad to the salad. So I did this Wild Planet albacore wild tuna, and this is the best tuna brand in my opinion. It is wild, which is awesome. That's what you should get. And it also has 21 grams of protein. There's no salt added, which is another thing to look for, and it's super good. So I have that, and then I just forked that, took some of the water out, and then I added some of this avocado oil mayo by Primal Kitchen. Super good brand. It's sugar-free, soy and canola-free, which watch out for canola oil and soy. And nothing synthetic or artificial, dairy-free, gluten and grain-free, The ingredients are super simple, readable ingredients. So that is another big tip for you is, this is also made with cage-free eggs, which are important. So my eggs from earlier were cage-free, pasture-raised, antibiotic-free, hormone-free, all of that kind of stuff. But the big thing to look for is make sure watch out for the soy and canola amounts in something, and just the sugar content. Look for readable ingredients. That's my biggest thing, is I'm not so caught up in the nutrition facts. The big things I look for are carbs. Is it like an exorbitant amount of carbs for what the product is? I look for added sugars. If it already has some sugars in it, but it's just natural occurring sugars, I'm not too worried about it. I also look for protein amount. Protein's always good to have in your diet, and healthy fats, and percent of your daily value is always good to look at. If it's like 30% of your daily value, maybe you should cut back a little bit on it, maybe do half the serving size, or just find an alternative. The biggest thing with eating healthy is just finding healthy alternatives. That is the second thing. Like, just make sure that you find something. You don't have to cut everything out, because I sounded really Canadian there. Out. I was just watching a Canadian YouTuber, and I feel like I pick up on their accents. But the biggest thing is you don't have to cut everything. You can just find alternatives to whatever you want to eat. So for instance, if you're like, oh, I eat so much ice cream and I just love ice cream and I don't want to give it up, that's fine. Pick another kind of ice cream. The ones that I like are from So Delicious. They have a coconut one, coconut milk, they have almond milk, they have cashew milk, but it's really low in added sugar. There's barely any added sugar to them, at least with the coconut milk one. And so I'll just have one of those instead of ice cream. I don't have them every day, but I do have them often because it's just my little dessert. I also make desserts on my own so that I know what's going into it. So that's another thing. But yes, before I talk your ear off, this is what I have. I also added some chia seeds to the tuna salad. So from start to finish around the bowl, I did sliced almonds, super good for protein, dried cranberries for some kind of like sugary taste, some cucumbers, blueberries, feta cheese, red peppers, chickpeas for protein as well, and then the tuna salad on top. Again, it's just on a bed of romaine and spinach. So all in all, this has really good protein amounts, really good vegetable content, some fiber, some antioxidants, some healthy fats, and all in all, that is what my diet consists of. So this is a really good lunch that you can even pack before work. So what I'll do is I made this in 5 minutes, and I'm not kidding. I could have timed myself. It was 5 minutes. Throw it in a Tupperware container, or like a glass container, whatever you're into, and then just eat it at work. Throw it right in the fridge when you get to work. You could even like put it in a cooler or something if you're worried about the tuna or whatever, if you want it cold. And it's amazing later in the day. It does not go bad at all. Like, it tastes actually really good, especially if you kind of chop it all together. It's super tasty. And yeah, so this is not just something that you have to make at home. You could totally take this on the go. I know sometimes people make really extravagant lunches, and it's like, what if you work full time? But when I worked full time, I made this all the time and brought it to my work. So don't worry about that. But this is my lunch, and I'll catch you guys at my snack. And for a snack, so I have my protein shake here, or like protein shake slash smoothie. I know that this would be hard to make if you had a full-time job. I'm totally aware of that. But if this is like a weekend day, it's easy to do. You could technically make this before and put it in the fridge. I don't know if that'd be gross or not. But this is what I do if I'm just like at home. I do, you could even do this in the morning as part of your breakfast, and then just bring a different snack. You could do like veggies and hummus as a snack to bring to work. You could do some fruit as a snack for work with almond butter. You could do string cheese, whatever you're into, obviously, but you could do this as part of your breakfast. That'd be a good way to kind of tide you over a little bit longer into the kind of like late afternoon if you want. But this is ice. It's about this much ice, so I'd say about, I don't know, half a cup ice. I did probably about 8 ounces of water, about 4 ounces of unsweetened almond milk and coconut milk combo. I also did a scoop a scoop of the whey protein I showed you guys earlier. I did frozen spinach, which is a great tip. If your spinach is going bad, just freeze it. If it's like not already bad, obviously. If it's getting to the point where it might get bad or questionable, put it in the freezer. Frozen blueberries, which are super good to get at Trader Joe's because they're like $3 instead of a crazy price somewhere else. What else? Oh, I'm doing almond butter, which this looks kind of gross, but I put it on the actual blade for the blender because it doesn't get as stuck to the sides. And I believe that was everything. So I like the whole berry and almond butter combo. And the spinach is really good. Oh, totally forgot. I also did chia seeds. I did about a teaspoon or probably a tablespoon of chia seeds and a tablespoon of flaxseed, because might as well throw them in there for some added protein and fiber, because you can't taste them anyway, so like might as well add them in, you know? And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Sometimes I have to add a little bit more water, or I have to add more berries depending on if it's like too watery tasting or too thick, so whatever, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I just put it in my blender, and that is my snack for the day. This ended up turning out super yummy, so I'm gonna be having this. You could add half a banana if you want to make it a little bit more creamy, because it is more like icy tasting, but I kind of like it. It kind of tastes like a blueberry cheesecake for some reason, even though there's like no cheese in this, but super yum. I want to also add like a packaged healthy snack that you could add into your work bag, or you know, if you're on your way to a workout or something and you need something fast. These gluten-free bites, they're the dark chocolate coconut. They're non-GMO, soy-free, vegan, gluten, if I didn't already say gluten-free. And I don't know, they're really good. Yeah, they have a lot of protein, minimal carbs, a little tiny bit of sugar, but yeah, they're super good. So you could even put this on your smoothie. That's always good if you crumble it on top. You can make a smoothie bowl out of it if you're home with granola or something. But if you're not, these are amazing just to like throw in a little bag, or just throw this whole thing in your work bag. If you want to like work on portions, maybe just take like 2 or 3. Yeah, the serving size is 2, so you could take 2 of these. You could pair this with some berries and some string cheese, and that'd be a good balanced snack. And yeah, so these are like my latest and greatest favorite snack. You could also make these protein bites. I have done, in the past, I've done almond butter or peanut butter. Just make sure your peanut butter doesn't have a lot of added sugar to it. But if you did just like a natural nut butter, oats, a little bit of honey, flaxseed, chia seeds, and you could even add some protein powder to those. So good. And you could even add some chocolate chips, like mini chocolate chips. There are some that are dairy free that are a little bit better for you, or have more cacao content instead of like some additives in the chocolate chips, or a lot of like sugar added. So that's really good. And you could even add some coconut if you want it, but you could even make these yourself instead of buying these, because these can get kind of expensive. But if you want to like splurge a little bit and buy these, I suggest them for a little snack. I'm making dinner kind of early, but it's supposed to rain later, so I figured in case the light is bad or whatever. But I am doing a cauliflower gnocchi and a pesto with it to go with it, and the pesto is vegan as well. So yeah, I have the way that I make my cauliflower gnocchi. I just get it from Trader Joe's. It's just frozen. They look like this size, and I just put it on a pan with a little bit of oil, and I just cook it in the oven on 350 for like 15 minutes ish. I'll just do it when it starts to get golden brown. I like it like kind of brown on the outside, not like super mushy, because with cauliflower gnocchi it's a little bit harder to make it not mushy especially when it's frozen. Sometimes like the, you know, when it goes from frozen to like melted, like defrosted, then there's a lot of water and moisture. So I like to keep it in there for a little bit longer and do it in the oven. That's how I get that crispy texture. If you don't like cauliflower gnocchi, you can just do regular gnocchi, of course, or you could do like a pasta. So my favorite like healthy pasta is actually from Trader Joe's. It's a brown rice and quinoa, I believe, pasta, and so higher in protein. Actually tastes like regular pasta, and I'm not kidding. Like, chickpea pasta does not taste like regular pasta to me, or any of those other pastas, but the brown rice and quinoa pasta from Trader Joe's is really good. So I suggest that if you're not feeling the cauliflower gnocchi, or if you don't have any. Obviously you can just use regular pasta or whole wheat pasta, but for this I'm doing the cauliflower gnocchi. So I actually have a couple. I've never made like my own pesto, but I feel like it's super easy. So I'm doing 2 cups of basil. I actually grew this in my garden, which is super exciting. My first harvest of the year. So I have 2 cups of basil. You can just buy this, or I mean, honestly, it's super easy to make on your own. You could grow it indoors, outdoors, whatever you're feeling. But yeah, it only took me like, I mean, I actually grew some from seeds, and it's taking a little bit longer. They're really small right now, but I grew some from like a start that I bought at Home Depot. So the plant was about like 4 inches, 5 inches tall. Now it's like super tall, but I got the basil leaves from that. And then I'm doing 3/4 of a cup of cashews. I feel like I never normally measure anything out when I'm cooking, but I just wanted to do it for you guys to see like if this does work, then you can use this recipe. But these are lightly salted, so I'm gonna add a tiny bit of Himalayan salt. This does not taste like sea salt. I feel like the flavor, oh no, oh my gosh, I didn't even take the cap off. I was like, why is this not working? Wow. Cooking fails. Okay, there we go. That's so funny, I've never done that before. Okay, so just a little bit of Himalayan salt. I don't know if that was a lot or a little, but then I'm gonna do a couple tablespoons of garlic. So I'm just doing minced garlic because I don't have any garlic cloves. Sorry, I'm just taking the water out of this. So, tablespoon, another tablespoon. You could do 2 actual garlic cloves instead of that, but whenever a recipe calls for an entire clove, I'll just do a tablespoon of minced, if that's all I have. And then I am going to cut a lemon. I just bought these, so they're a little bit hard, but I think it should work. This is my favorite kitchen tool, my lemon presser or juicer. Okay, so I'll do that. Do a tiny bit more. I don't want to do too much. That's good. So I guess a couple tablespoons of that. I'm gonna do some pepper. And then I'm gonna do some avocado oil. So I think I'm gonna try to do 1/4 of a cup if I have enough left. I'm almost out of this. Oh, that's sad. I'll see if I can find some other oil to put in there, but I'm gonna do 1/4 of a cup of oil. I'll see if I have some olive oil left. I found some extra olive oil, so I just put the rest of the 1/4 of a cup in here, and then I'm just using my food processor. You could just use a blender if you don't have this like extension piece. But I'm just gonna pulse it until it is like a pesto consistency. If anything, I might just add a few ingredients here and there. If it's not oily enough, I'll add some more oil. If it's too oily, I might add some more basil, etc., and you guys will see. This ended up turning out so delicious, and it was so easy to make. Highly suggest making it, and I'm just gonna put it on top of the gnocchi when it comes out of the oven, and I'll show you guys the final product. So this is what the gnocchi with pesto and looks like, and then I just did some broccoli. I just steamed it in the microwave. It's from Costco, but super yummy. And yeah, Turned out so good, so much better than store-bought pesto. Yum. Another thing I forgot to mention is drink water. That is like the biggest thing, is I've been doing these Yetis. I bought this Yeti a while ago, I think about 6 months ago or something, and I've been using it every single day since, maybe even longer. It's been, I think, almost a year. But I just do a bunch of ice and water and the juice of 1 lemon, and it's amazing. I have a few of these per day. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and be sure to subscribe down below if you want to see more health and wellness related videos and just my everyday life. And be sure to comment down below your favorite recipe currently. I'd love to add more to my list. I'm currently pescatarian, but I love vegetarian recipes, fish recipes. If it does have meat, I can always do like a plant-based option with it, so be sure to comment down below your favorite recipes. And yeah, I'm just so excited to continue bringing you guys videos, and I'll keep you guys updated on my vlog channel or it's my same channel, but like my weekly vlogs. I'll keep you guys updated on this week and how I've been doing, because I do want to eat really healthy this week to kind of detox a little bit, and so I'll give you guys kind of the results there. So be sure to subscribe to check out my weekly vlogs. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, but thank you so much for watching. Bye.